Welcome back to Linney Kenny Leather, makers of fine natural Italian leather guitar straps, among many other things. Link in the description. Today we're going to be converting this Les Paul standard 50s gold top from modern wiring to 50s wiring. You would think that the Les Paul standard 50s gold top would have 50s wiring, but it doesn't. It has modern wiring. So we're going to just show you today how hard it isn't to change that over. It should just take a few minutes. I'm going to throw the camera on a tripod looking into the control cavity, and we're just going to get it done. And this would be the same on an SG or ES series is a little more complicated to get to, but it's the same thing. Epiphones, all kinds of other Les Paul shaped items, any of the modern wired 4-pot setups with 2 humbuckers often are set up like this, and it's really simple to switch them to 50s wiring. So let's get it done. All right, so all we're going to do to convert this from modern wiring to 50s wiring is change the position of this capacitor. This is a typical orange drop cap. Doesn't matter. We're going to desolder it from here and attach it to this middle lug, and we're done. And then over here, we're going to desolder this lower lug, attach the cap to it, and then bend this middle lug over and solder it to the potentiometer, and it will become the ground. So move it from here to here, move it from here to here, ground that, you're done. And then do the same thing for the bridge pickup, should you choose to. And I'm going to do the 50s wiring to both the neck circuit and the bridge circuit. You don't have to move the pickup wiring, this ground, any of this switch wiring. This all stays the same. You don't have to actually move any wires. You're just moving this capacitor and changing the ground lug. So let's get it on. All right, so this is a little bit like the game operation here. You got to get in and desolder the ground from the neck tone pot, which I just did there, and then desolder the cap from the center lug on the same pot. Pretty easy. Just be conscious of where your soldering iron is. You don't want to be bumping into the guitar or any of the other sort of wires there, which I'll admit I do a little bit, but we got away with it here. You get the pointy end through the hole by sort of making the solder molten, and you get it through. Here, I actually damaged this cap, and I thought I touched it with a soldering iron, but I don't. I think that it just maybe there with the, yeah, that's where I damaged that cap. It might not actually be damaged. It's just a crack in the orange coating, which is unfortunate, but we'll move on. So desoldered it from the bottom lug where it was on the volume pot and resoldering it to the center lug. As you can see there, you want to get the pointy end through the hole in the leg on the potentiometer by liquefying the solder and then getting it through there. So here, just reattaching now the center lug on the tone pot, adding a little solder just to make life easier, using it's actually a chopstick to push down on that lug, flow the solder to connect it, hold it in place for a second while that cools, kind of pushing the puddle over there a little bit. This soldering iron is barely hot enough to melt the solder, which is good. You're not going to overheat anything, but yeah, it's a little bit to work with. So I just clip the wiring for the toggle switch and everything out of the way, because now we got to do just the exact same thing to the circuit for the bridge pickup. And unfortunately, the autofocus on the camera can't keep up, but we do the same thing we just did. Desolder that bottom lug. I'm not sure if I even do it in the same order, but potentially. Desolder the bottom lug, detach the cap from the tone pot, move the cap down to the bottom lug. Yeah, let's see where we get to here. Yeah, I'm doing it in the same order. And you don't have to do that in that order. It just kind of seems to make sense at the time, but you could do it in any order you want as far as I'm concerned. It really doesn't matter. So reattaching this, yeah, flow the solder so you can get the pointy end of the wire through the hole in the lug on the tone pot. Hold it in place while it cools and the solder resolidifies. And then same thing here, I'm going to add a little solder to this. You see the notch that's in the pot right above where I'm soldering. There's actually a little gap there that goes down into the inside. So I didn't want to solder the lug right over to that, so I'm pushing it kind of down and over at an angle like I did with the other one to avoid that notch, and to use some of the solder kind of from where the original attachment point was. If you can get that to flow and sort of push some over in that direction, it's easier and it's better. So now, unfortunately, out of focus. Yeah, desoldering the left side of the capacitor from the bottom lug of the volume pot, and I'm gonna reattach it to the center lug. Hopefully in focus. Yeah, we just need to flow the solder in the center lug, get it liquid, and then again push the little pin at the end of that cap through the hole. And this can be a little fiddly. Ah, yeah, perfect. All right, so that's it. Now I can happily say that this Les Paul Standard 50s has 50s wiring. Just plugged it in and did a function test. Everything works exactly as it should. It sounds great. I'm not really set up to do, and I didn't do any before and after audio kind of stuff. This was more just this simple, how to do the wiring. If you've been thinking about trying the 50s wiring thing, that's how it's done. Super quick and easy, completely reversible as long as you don't touch the soldering iron to the caps or anything else. I mean, I guess that's the only risk is that you bump the soldering iron into something you shouldn't have, or certainly you damage the body somehow. But other than that, quick and easy. Hope you liked the video. If you're into that kind of thing, hit the like, get down in the comment section for sure, subscribe. If you like really nice guitar straps, check out linnykenny.com. Website link in the description, handmade right here in the US out of the finest natural Italian leather available today. Really, really nice guitar straps. Lots of beautiful custom art and custom guitar straps too. If you're looking for something special, get on the website and check it out. Thank you so much. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.